Hello, David.
Hello, Nina. Welcome back.
Hello.
What's the topic for today?
Well, I keep coming back to, because it keeps happening on social media, so it's always fresh in my mind, the whipless thing.
So you're a big proponent for the whip. I'm just kidding.
As you well know. He's itchy again.
I'm fine with stopping. You can give him a good rub down.
Can you wait for me? He'll wait.
Okay.
Okay. Is liberty if you have a whip?
It's not, technically the horse is free of material constraint, but liberty, true liberty, no whip or whipless liberty would mean then the horse is truly free. I guess food is the only power that you wield over the horse, but is that?
I don't know. I think it's a question that everybody probably thinks, and there's certainly lots of, a discussion, argument that goes on about this thing with the whip. I don't think that it's really liberty, true, honest to goodness, real liberty, if there's a whip involved. I think there shouldn't be any equipment involved. I think liberty should be equipmentless. I don't look at food as equipment. Food is a reward, just like if you used your voice as a reward, or if you pet the horse as a reward. I don't see. So I want to have a debate. You can take the other side. What do you think about that? How can you argue that point with me?
Yeah. So I agree that while the whip is not physically constraining the horse, it's mentally dominating the horse. Just as when you held the whip up next to me, my body chemistry changed. My eyes were watering, I was uncomfortable. So liberty in a horse sense means that there's no halter, there's no lead rope, but the whip is not liberty because the whip is constraining them mentally, psychologically, spiritually.
Right. So is there any way that someone could say that food is constraining them?
So yeah, if we're really playing this philosophical game, which I like, which is interesting.
I want you to be a devil's advocate.
I think the food is technically the only thing that's not free about the horse. But you can have food and the horse can say, cool, you can have all the food you want. I don't want to eat right now. I want to run. So in that sense, they're free. It's true liberty.
Okay, that's a really good point. So I agree with that. I don't feel that the power that the food has, because if you're giving it generously, it shouldn't really have a power. It should just be, thank you for doing that.
Reference our food video.
Yes, reference the food video.
The treat video.
It shouldn't be a power, it's I'm thanking you. And if they get enough treats and they get enough food and it doesn't become as special to the horse that, like the horse that never gets anything, then it's just an extra thank you. It's a bonus. It's a bonus thank you.
Whereas the whip is hanging over the head.
So the whip is actually always stating a case. It's always stating a case. Now, if you're really going to be devil's advocate right now, argue that with me.
Repeat your argument.
Let's the whip to fanny pack full of treats.
Yeah, I mean, we've already discussed it. We're totally on the same page. The fanny pack of treats is a bonus to reward the horse and say, that is what I want, versus let's try this again.
Do you think anybody could come up with an argument to how it isn't?
Yeah, those people that say, oh, you're just a vending machine, you're just a Walmart, you're just a slave to the horse, you're just giving them food to get what you want. But every animal gets treats to be rewarded, so they know what to keep doing. If that's the most control you have over a horse, then they can go and walk. There's trees all around. They don't need the food. It's just a way. Yeah, it's so minor. So.
I think so too. I think it's very minor, and I think that the whip is so blatantly takes away from it being liberty, to whereas the treats don't bother me as much. Like, I think that the power that the treat wields is a positive, happy power, to where the power that the whip yields is not.
I gotta respond to that. If you say, hey, I got these carrots, they'll say, let's go in the arena and play. If you say, hey, I got this whip, they'll say, I'm not leaving my stall.
That's great. That's a great analogy. Most horses see the whip, and it's not like a big invitation.
Oh, I can't wait
to come and do stuff.
Let's go play. Yeah.
I mean, unless someone has taken time to do all of this positive reinforcement to the whip, maybe the same way you would do like getting the horse used to a flag or a pool noodle or whatever. But
it's still,
as we spoke about before, the whip is such a negative instrument with so much history of negativity and brutality that even we, just knowing that, transmit.
we transmit it, yeah.
We transmit.
And it has so much power over them. When I first started watching Liberty videos, I was really excited. I said, Nina, look at all these videos. You're like, whoa, be careful with those. And yeah, I was jealous because they would point the whip and the horse would do just a minor movement. And like I said, I saw you do that with Travie without a whip. And so I thought, what's the big deal? And we talked about it.
What is the big deal?
But it's not Liberty, first of all.
You've seen me do with just my finger what these other people have to carry a whip this long to do it. It's overkill.
And for me, I feel so much more pride earning without a whip than cheating. In my mind now, because I'm new and I never grew up with a whip feels like cheating. You can get all the results that you want. But you're not really earning it.
That's a good way of looking at it.
You're not really earning it.
You're taking it rather than earning it.
You're using training wheels.
Yeah.
Do you really want to ride a bike?
And again, with the giving and taking, I feel like you're taking something rather than giving it.
Yeah, they're not going, oh, let me do this movement so I can get a reward. They're doing that movement because there's no other option.
Right. Or if I'm going to take that option, it's not a good option.
Yeah, and they're not going to take it. So.
Some horses are so, it's so ingrained in them what the whip means that it would be hard to even parse it out to see what is your true reaction. They're so used to it. Which
is why it's just not Liberty.
Yes, exactly.
They're not free.
Exactly. You're not stripping it down. I feel like Liberty should be as pared down and as stripped down as you can make it. Naked.
I was just going to say
Liberty.
Completely naked. Versus emotional, mental, spiritual abuse, which is you're controlling them with this energy, with this object. They're not free. It's not Liberty. So our goal is to really help promote this.
Yeah, and I just wish more people would try and see it because it's so great not to even have that equipment. I would imagine too, if you're doing Liberty like for an audience or for a show, think of how much more beautiful it would be not to have a whip. Because most of the people in the audience, the laymen, they see a whip for what it is.
They know what's going on.
Yeah, they see a whip and they don't like it. Oh, is she going to whip the horsey? You know, the layman doesn't appreciate the whip.
And it's beautiful. The horse responds perfectly, but
you also can still have a beautiful response without using the whip. The same response, especially those horses. They're so used to the arm movement that goes along with the whip. All you have to do is the arm movement without the whip. You know, Mercy told me about free lunging, which is when the horse just goes around you. I didn't know that I could free lunge until one day Mercy was just lunging around me, and I'm thinking, why is she doing that? And I realized that I was standing in such a way
oh, you got to be kidding
that
me.
looked like I was in my lunging position. I'm like, really? And then I experimented with it. I'm like, oh my God, I can just go like this and then go like this.
You've got to be kidding me.
And now she's going to go around me in a circle.
She taught you. I didn't know what you meant.
She totally taught me. She totally taught me.
I'm giving that same.
And she would do exactly lunge just as beautifully with nothing and stay there and not go away and do the whole thing just for my body position. You don't need it. There's a whole bunch of extra stuff that we don't need. And we're such consumers. It's like we want to just buy stuff and get stuff and add stuff to our arsenal.
What can I use to make my life easier? Please comment, share your thoughts on Liberty without a whip. If you've been doing it with, if you've been doing it without, what your experiences are. We'd love to.
Yes, because this is a new frontier and we're very interested to hear these opinions. Very interested.
It's a great topic and we'll probably do many more of these.
Okay, David, thank you.
See you guys again.